up. We are live in 3, 2, 1.
Hi guys, Ashley Daniels here. For the reunion part 1, we have the most amazing guest for you guys. I'll give you a hint, she's Bravo royalty. We'll see you in a second.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I don't know if you guys can already see who it is, but if you can't, we'll give you another hint. She's a lot of personalities all in one. She is incredible. Thank you, Megan, for making this happen tonight. I am Ashley Daniels here for Reunion Part 1. You can tweet me at Ashley Daniels. Who am I with to my right? We're still going to tease a little bit.
It's Megan Stecher. You guys can tweet me at Megan Stecher, and I'm super excited about our guest too.
Hey guys, I'm Lyndsey. You guys can tweet me at Lyndsey Wegner. That's Lyndsey Wegner.
And Fern Ronay. You can find me at Fern Ronay.
And our special guest, let's do a little drum roll, everybody. Amy Phillips in the house! Pop some champagne! No?
I'm so excited to be here, you guys. I feel like we're having our own reunion right now. Like all the women here, and you guys all look really on fleek.
Oh,
really, the lip work is excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I mean,
really good.
You know, we try over here, Amy. We have been very excited. I mean, excited is very much an understatement. We haven't slept.
True.
Yes, we brought candy.
Amazing.
We were doing everything we could to impress you.
But were you doing coke? That's the question.
Well,
were you all? Because were you doing rails? I mean, like, what? Like, were you doing rails? You want to talk about it? You like, what were you doing candy? Like what? But just a little, we gotta just jumping right in there. Sorry, I got too excited. The reunion was insane.
This is not about us tonight. By all means, just please, it's all about you. So as much as you can say you're not. If you have to cut us off, if you have to do anything, please.
I would never. I would never.
But please do.
Thank you for having me, though. This is so nice.
We're so
fun.
excited.
Oh my God, we need to get you on the star, like a star, like an actual star in the front. Says Amy Phillips has been here.
Please.
Right?
Like our own Walk of Fame.
Our own Walk of Fame.
It'd be great to have that because God knows when I'll get my Walk of Fame star in Palm Springs, and that's Lisa Vanderpump.
Yes.
I don't know when that's going to happen,
Yeah.
but I did actually recently find that star because I was in Palm Springs.
You did? Oh,
I went on a pilgrimage to. Well, no, I just happened to be downtown, and I was like, oh, I should look for it, and I found it.
You did.
Was there someone cleaning it? Like, he's like, you know how they do in Hollywood, where somebody's like always making sure the stars are polished if they're a fan.
It was Rosia. She was cleaning it all.
Oh my God, I love you.
I'm
We
schizophrenic.
honestly never need to book anyone again, by the way. We just book Amy. We're like, can you be
There you
Ramona
go.
tonight? And
There
she's
you go.
Ramona.
It's my honor.
Oh my God. Watching you watch the reunion was fascinating.
Yes.
We were all really excited to watch. I really was watching you more than I was watching the reunion. I
really?
wouldn't look at you, but I would
That's
have my mirror out and I'd be like watching
Oh,
you.
that's funny.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm like, I didn't see that.
No. That was creepy and stalker-like.
Creepy.
Exactly.
Tone down.
Yes, that's like Ramona when she first started dating, right? As I said, stalking, and now she's more
Dating and skating.
dating and skating.
It's
Yes.
fun to watch with though, because you
So
really
fun.
enjoy it.
I do, and it was hard the hardest part about watching that, like with you guys, was just keep my mouth shut because all I wanted to do was like, oh my God, did you guys see that? Did you I want to be loud and obnoxious, but we had a task. We needed to watch it. We needed to make our notes, and we were here to do the show. So I really wanted to pause every 2 seconds and talk as we went, but you can't do that.
I know. Before we start with the reunion, about when you do watch what happens live, I always wonder, are you really, when they just say, okay, go and be this person, you don't know that's going to happen, right?
No.
You just have to jump into it.
No, yeah.
Wow.
Yes, they have so the last time I was on, they did say he might throw to you to do something, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I just figured it would probably be in the realm of like Ramona Singer because she was on, or maybe someone from New York. But he did keep throwing to me, and I was like, oh my gosh. So then at the commercial break, he's like, I'm going to come back to you again. What do you want to do, like Dorinda or something? I was like, yeah, great. So I did have a heads up coming in at the commercial break, but sometimes, I don't know.
Watching you with Ramona, doing Ramona to Ramona was amazing. It was incredible.
She's so funny.
She's like, she really does get funny.
Yeah.
She loved it.
Yeah, the game we played was so perfect because she did. I felt like I was channeling her answers.
so
She's like,
were.
yeah, that's exactly what I would say.
It was incredible.
Yeah, she's funny. She's a great sense of humor.
Who is your favorite housewife to impersonate?
Well, I gotta say it is kind of Ramona because she's really, and it changes. The rest changes, but Ramona, like New York is my favorite franchise. Ramona's my favorite housewife, and for many reasons. That she was like my first impression that I did of any housewife, and she really helped me get on to Watch What Happens Live to begin with because she liked the video and she's like, I want you to be on Watch What Happens Live with me. So that was her idea.
Wow.
Yeah, so she was like very instrumental, and then as a result, I had built up a relationship with Watch What Happens Live a little bit beforehand, and then a lot after that. So she was. I gotta love my Ramona. I got hats off to her. She's like, I really believe in women helping women. It's
so
true.
good. It's like
She really
Ramona's here. We don't need to get Ramona on the show.
We also have Ramona with us this evening.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can we get some AC in here by any chance? I'm roasting. You guys roasting a little bit?
A little warm.
I'm in the middle of menopause, so I'm really hot.
It was on and it just turned off.
I'm not really.
dying.
I'm just channeling Ramona.
Just like her. It's
amazing.
crazy.
Oh my God,
I know.
amazing. I can't even.
Blowing my mind right
It's
now.
fun.
Has anyone been mad about any impressions?
Not that I know of. No one's ever said anything
Or
to me.
tweeted you?
I'm trying to think if there was anything.
How does Heather take it?
So. Heather likes it.
She does.
She does like it. She's from the get-go. She's been very supportive and very like a great sense of humor about it. And also one of those people who like retweets my videos.
Wow.
Which is really nice. Like
That is
Ramona probably would never, because I don't think she knows how to like work her Twitter.
Hashtags are incredible. Just watch Ramona's hashtags. They're the
Wait, did
best.
you talk about on your show her saying Dancing with the Stars? Please contact me. Hashtag great. Hashtag dancer.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, she should be on Dancing with the Stars.
Absolutely.
I put up a GIF of her falling down dancing on the yacht.
Oh my God.
In response to her tweet, which got a couple laughs.
That moment was amazing on the yacht when she was dancing. She's like, I love dancing. And it's true. She's like, I think she would be the perfect person for Dancing with the Stars. I'm so bummed that she's not on it this year, but maybe next year.
Did she ask too late? Like I feel like the Ramona eyes during Dancing with the Stars I would watch endlessly.
Oh my God. What, doing the salsa or something? Just walking down with a rose in her
I
mouth?
mean, her infamous catwalk is, I feel like,
Right.
what we would get from her.
And then can you imagine her being judged? They're like, I give it a 6.2. And she's like, well, I'm really sorry, but I totally disagree with you.
Oh my God, this is so crazy.
She would disagree and she would justify everything. She could justify
She wouldn't
her
have
way
she
out
wouldn't
of-
get kicked off.
No,
She would talk her way out of it.
You're right. You're right. She would. She'd stay forever.
I hate to turn this into a spotlight on and just start asking you questions, but I'm so fascinated by you. Who was the first person you ever impersonated, if you remember?
Liza Minnelli, I think.
Really?
Either
Wow.
Liza Minnelli or Joan Rivers, sometime
Oh, wow.
around there when I was younger. I do remember being like, just for Joan Rivers, just being like, oh, for God's sakes, mother, you're in a house coat again. Oh my God. Or like,
It's so good.
I love how you're making me feel so good.
You're amazing.
You're amazing.
I'm a schizophrenic. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, and Liza
Welcome to the
Minnelli,
club.
I loved her, and so those were kind of like early on when I knew I was like, oh, I guess I can, just family members and people and teachers and stuff. You just kind of do stupid stuff once you realize you're getting laughs, so you just keep doing it.
Right, and then one day you just started watching The Housewives and just did The Housewives?
Yeah, well, I did other celebrity impressions because I do improv and sketch
Right,
comedy and all that stuff. So I had always started to do like celebrity impressions. So Gwyneth Paltrow and Jennifer Lawrence and like all these celebrities over time. I would do videos of and stuff like that and sketch stuff, and then eventually, I just started to watch actually the Rachel Zoe Project, and I did an impression of her. So I did a video of her, which then got some attention from her and Watch What Happens Live. Then I got into the Housewives after that and
That's
did
amazing.
Ramona and the rest of them. So
Yeah. Bananas.
I got
no stopping you.
Bananas.
There's no stopping you.
Die.
AfterBuzz is bananas.
Oh my God, that's so Rachel.
I miss that
Love
show so
Rachel.
much.
I do too.
Yes.
Tough.
I love
I
Rachel.
do miss that
so.
show.
Too
I
bad.
know. I know.
They got to move on, Gosh.
So, getting into tonight's reunion, overall thoughts. Were you disappointed at all? Did you think there was enough drama? How did you feel?
It was a slow burn.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can swear here.
You can.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, shucks. So at first, I was like, oh, okay. So we're going to have to wait till the part 2 to see anything. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to lower my expectations. And then it heated up. So I was more than satisfied. It went beyond my expectations. What did you guys think?
You know, I think it was the very end that I got really excited, and they tend to do that to us.
Yes.
You know, they're so smart over there. They know what
smart.
they're doing. But yeah, I felt the same way. It was a slow burn. We're kind of been.
I felt a little disappointed because I think they gave it all away in the promos. So I felt like I didn't see anything I hadn't seen on promos till the very end with the phone call. And LuAnn was good.
Yeah.
LuAnn is a good one.
Yeah.
I thought I agree. I think it was a slow burn. And I was excited about certain things. I was really looking forward to seeing how Dorinda was going to react to all the conversations that happened about John. And she didn't really seem to be affected or bothered by any of it. And that was the first few episodes of this season were all around that. So the fact that she was fairly calm and didn't really let it affect her was surprising to me, and I think good in her psyche and just like letting things go.
It's a good strategy, though, for not looking crazy at the reunion.
Yeah. And it feels like it was so long ago. Like, it's hard to believe it was this season. But the highlight of this reunion episode for me was Ray. I forgot all about Ray.
Ray was everything.
There was a collective celebration of all of us. We're like, oh my God, how could we forget about him?
We got to get him on the show. He's just incredible.
Oh my, yeah, you need to.
Yeah, it's probably a 6-month wait list.
But wait, we need to talk
about seating. I want to talk quickly.
Seating and
fashion.
outfits.
Outfits,
Yes.
absolutely. But seating, were you surprised that LuAnn got the seat next to Andy over Ramona?
Not at all.
Okay.
I actually expected that.
Okay.
Because Ramona didn't have any drama this season at all. It was all about LuAnn and Bethenny and Dorinda.
Yeah, but LuAnn, at the beginning, we didn't even think she was going to be. I mean, she was barely on the show for a
That's
while. Her and
true.
Sonia.
Yeah, you're right.
So she made a comeback times 10.
She really did. Yeah. I guess I wasn't surprised. I wasn't. That's my final answer. I wasn't surprised.
Okay. Were you surprised, Fern?
I wasn't surprised because I feel like she, as the season went over, she like earned her closer and closer to Andy. And then at the end, she's like finally next to him.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised that Ramona was next to Bethenny. I think that if Ramona had, because I thought Carole would be next to Bethenny.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that Ramona would have had no way. Would
On the
she?
end.
Yep. Nope. I think it was probably hard enough for her to just not even be next to Andy.
I remember when Bravo themselves leaked the floor plan on social media, or whatever you call the couch setup.
Right.
And I remember being like, why is LuAnn next to Andy? Because it was before we knew all this drama was going to happen with Tom. So I was thinking like, oh my God, what goes down? Who does LuAnn pick a fight with somebody that she's going to be like the star of the reunion? So I was not surprised when the actual reunion happened because I remember the day it came out when they were filming. So.
Yeah. I mean, and Lyndsey, you want to touch upon the clothing really quickly?
Yes. What was everyone's favorite dress? Mine was Sonia's by far, and her makeup was on point.
Yes.
But I also thought that LuAnn's makeup was really
Good, too.
great, and I don't understand at all Carole's outfit.
I thought Dorinda's
Doesn't make
makeup was
sense.
great.
It was like
I liked it.
it was like a curtain.
It was like a period piece.
Like
Yeah,
it was
period
from the
piece.
1800s.
From another era.
Yeah,
She's
something
like
you'd
a
see at the
ghost.
Met or something, like in the museum.
Oh, yeah.
Like
It
hanging
was-
from like one of
it
those like
was
French like rooms.
Gone with the wind,
like
fabulous.
1605.
There were so many ruffles
it.
and so many necklaces.
Yes.
I couldn't tell when a ruffle began and a necklace
Yes.
started. It was
It
confusing.
was a lot.
And
What
Jules'
was your
dress
favorite?
was
Oh, well,
sorry.
Sonia's was from her international luxury brand.
Yes.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about
Of
that.
which you cannot buy your own.
Yeah, no, it's not in my budget.
Well, it's also like sold. You try to go to the website, it's sold out.
Oh, okay.
Everything's quote sold out. It's also not in any stores. So
Yeah, it's tough.
she's wearing the one sample usually. I think.
She
It
wore
looks
that
amazing.
same dress on Watch What Happens Live.
Yes.
That's how I
right.
remember that. And I saw the website. Of
Yeah,
course.
no, of course. It's, she
I
looked the
like
best.
Jules' outfit.
Me too.
Jules was my second favorite.
It was.
I like
She's
it,
such
too.
a fashion girl. It was good.
Okay, Jules, let's just do the elephant in the room really quick. Jules looked a little different. She looked healthier. Comment in the YouTube section. Let us know on Twitter what you thought of Jules tonight. Overall, definitely looked happier. and healthier. I didn't know what was the reason, because her face looked a little more like plump, full. So, you know, it is New York, it's high society. She could have had filler, but I don't think so. I think this was that it seems like she's healthier now that she's no longer in this marriage. Yeah.
Well, her last appearance on Watch What Happens Live, I felt like her face looked more filled out, and even her whole body, because she was wearing it was like a top and skirt that matched but were kind of like a crop situation, and her arms, I felt like everything looked a little less bony. So maybe she's a little healthier.
Yeah. Well, hopefully.
I was wondering about that too, because I immediately noticed. I was like, oh wow, she looks a little fuller in her face, and it looks really good on her. So hopefully she's drinking more than just her alchemy. What's it? Alchemy beverage?
Alchemy.
So, sorry, I just got a little message on our little message board. Okay. So, yes. You know, talking about all you know. It's a secret, okay? All right, so yes, a good point, Lyndsey. So we're starting out with Dorinda, which was interesting. They brought up Dorinda first. That whole situation was so interesting that I'm surprised they didn't save her for like episode 2 of the reunion and start out with somebody maybe a little less dramatic, but they started with the John and Dorinda stuff. And like you, I was also surprised that she kind of handled it in a way that was less
She diffused
crazy.
the situation.
It doesn't sound to me like they are as serious as before. The fact that she went away for like 8 days without him, and she's like, I see him a couple times a week and on weekends sometimes.
Yeah.
So it was just interesting. Did you guys feel that they are as close as they were when the show was filming back in December or wherever
Maybe
it was?
they've taken a little step back because he's, you know, she has realized things, especially after the bra party. That bra party was so like tough to watch, and the whole talking about drugs and everything, and that coming up again. So maybe they did just take a little bit of a step back, and they're not so serious.
Or she just completely banned him from any camera time from there out. I thought it was so kind of disturbing and a little scary, and I felt bad when Dorinda was like, I was planning my moves at Berkshire. I was going to get the hell out of town. I was like, oh my God. Like, she wanted to leave the show. She wanted to, like, leave the country.
Yes.
And I just you don't realize how these people are feeling and when you're, like, watching it in the midst of how they actually are really affected by it. We didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that was I thought that was a real window into poor Dorinda's life.
Yeah, so she's like, I had an exit strategy going, and I was like, oh, okay, well, now we're hearing about it. Thank God she's admitting it.
But wait, will you do your Dorinda impression?
Wait, we should save it for the end. Let's save it for the end and have we're gonna tease it. We're gonna
It's not anywhere near Amy Phillips level.
Let's do dueling. We'll do
a dueling one at the end.
Okay.
So you have time to prepare. Don't be nervous. Though.
She wrote that. I told her.
Don't worry, it's only the best impersonator in the world. You're gonna be just fine. You're gonna, Megan.
You're just talking to a crazy person. That's all.
A dream come true / nightmare.
You got this. You got this.
Okay.
All right. So I thought it was fascinating that she said that Dorinda said that after John watched the episodes, he admitted that maybe he was wrong or maybe he was out of line. And this is when the cocaine statement comes up, which, oh my God, Amy, can you give us a little understanding as to what the heck went down in this statement? Because it was almost like Dorinda was asking for it to be, you know, opened up to everybody. And yet she is very adamant that she doesn't do drugs. Why do you think she was so open about it?
I don't understand that whole, I got to go back and watch that 17 times because it's like you watch Dorinda and I'm like, okay, I believe what she's saying. She's like, I don't do drugs. Why would I do drugs? I live with Hannah lives with me. Why do I know? What are you talking about? If it's something that I need to know, please tell me. It's like, so it sounds like she is in the dark about something, about John doing coke or something, and then everybody else is arguing against her that so just stop it, we'll move on. And so you're like, well then, I mean, 3 against 1, you're probably wrong. You might be the odd man out in this situation. That was disturbing.
Very disturbing. I think the worst part was when Sonja chimed in and said,
"Oh,
but everybody, what she say? Everybody knows you
that you do drugs."
And Dorinda just like rolled it off her shoulder. No, what are you talking about? I mean, Dorinda should have said, let's not talk about it. I don't do drugs. I don't want to talk about it.
But then that would have, in my opinion, that would have made it seem incriminating. Where if she's like,
it's worse now though.
It is worse now.
It is
I think
worse.
she probably has. She might have another exit strategy going right now.
Yep.
I mean, it got
Back to the
weird
Berkshires.
that Bethany was like, let's just move on.
Yeah.
and LuAnn, everyone's like, let's just move on before this gets weird. I'm like, what? It got really weird. I mean, there's so much social media chatter, and Bethany said so many times on her serious show that like cocaine's kind of the 8th housewife this year. So I'm wondering like, who else is doing it? What don't we know?
If we had to guess who else was doing it, who would
Jules.
we guess?
Tom and LuAnn.
Well, that's because she's skinny, but I think she'd be too afraid to do it.
Ray.
Oh,
is
Ray's
definitely-
doing it. 100%. Do you think Tom is
Tom and
dabbling in
LuAnn.
it? Okay. They're having a little fun at night.
I feel like their time, their era was like the 80s. Coke was
Right.
big. So if they're doing it, I'm
70s
like, you
too.
know what? Hats off to you. If you want to do a bump every once in a while
Right.
at night, who cares? You know,
Yeah.
Right.
as LuAnn was like, I'm 50. You know,
Yeah.
who cares? You're 50. Have fun. Maybe if she's doing it recreationally, just don't get hurt.
Right.
Ladies, don't get hurt.
Exactly.
Don't overdo it.
Go watch
okay?
Pulp Fiction. You'll never do coke. Okay, that's all I gotta say. That's why I never did coke, because I saw Pulp Fiction. All right.
Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't want to get needle to the heart, do we?
Don't want a needle to the heart.
You know, spoiler alert. Okay. Did you have something you wanted to say, Megan? Or,
I did.
okay. I
Talking about
telepathically
fashion
figured
and
out.
beauty.
Speaking of cocaine.
I have to say, I thought Dorinda's makeup was so good, it made her look way younger tonight.
Yes.
Because I
Yes.
think sometimes the lighting in
It's harsh.
normal season filming, she looks a little tired.
I thought
I
Carol's looked nice
disagree.
too. It was very natural.
Oh, you didn't like it
And I
tonight.
have to put a hard. I don't understand
That's why we love
Dorinda's
you.
makeup. It's the cheeks. Like the eyes
Oh,
look good,
yeah.
but what's happening in the cheeks? It looks like it's like you put bronzer on and then you put a foundation on. But see,
Oh.
here's the thing. I'm looking at it closer too because John Hill and I had this conversation about her makeup, and it's only sometimes. It's like not on the show, but I just felt like her. Take a look. Take a look. I want to know what's happening.
Remember
Last time
Amber
she was on
Marchese?
Watch What Happens
Was that
Live.
her name?
Yes,
Remember
the
Amber
one I
Marchese?
love- the one
Is that
I
what you were
love.
just going to say?
No, but I was going to
No.
say the last time she was on Watch What Happens Live, it looked bruised. I
That's
was
what
like,
I'm
no.
saying, and that's what
Yes.
it's similar, not as bad, but it was a similar thing. I
Yes.
don't know, but it's not when it's on the show. It's only like in certain appearances.
So it's
Right.
like,
Who's
Certain
doing
She's
that?
probably
to
doing
her?
her
too
own
much
makeup.
bronzer.
Oh.
Maybe
No,
she's doing
she
her
wouldn't be
makeup?
doing her own makeup for the reunion.
Here's what they probably are like. Oh, it looks great. Somebody else did my makeup, but let me. So I feel.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
That's
Putting it on.
I bet you that's exactly.
So someone did their makeup, they didn't come with her, and then she.
Well, they probably put their own stuff over top of what
their
got
makeup
done for
artist should be
them.
watching them from the camera, from in front of the camera.
Do you
to
know
see.
what all these ladies need?
Right.
What do they need?
A BeautyCon box.
Yeah.
Oh, girls, let me tell you.
Okay.
So it's a subscription box delivered to your door each season. Each box is curated by your favorite beauty gurus. So I think that's what is going to make this box stand out from some of the others. This is going to have, you know, your favorite beauty ladies on YouTube. And they're kind of curating these products for you from their favorite things. So it's going to be over, this is pretty astounding, $150 worth of product for only $30.
Wow.
I can spend $150 in no time at a it will remain nameless makeup store that is at every mall. So it's only $30, but you're going to also save $20 if you sign up for the annual payment plan, which why wouldn't you? With the seasonal payment plan, you're going to pay each month plus shipping costs, but with the annual payment plan, you're going to pay the total cost for the entire year, but you're going to get that $20 off. How you're going to do this is go to beautycon.com/box to sign up, and when you use our special code BOXBUZZ, you're going to get 20% off of your subscription. So if you do the annual, you get the $20 off, plus you get 20% off for using our code BOXBUZZ. Some of the goodies in this month's box, which we have right here, look at the pretty packaging. Ooh, it's like stripy and pinky and pretty.
What do you got there?
We got Redken Sea Salt Hairspray, which this is such a good salon brand. I love. What do we got? NYX lip color. Speaking of lips on fleek.
Oh, yeah.
I love this. Am I saying it right, girls? NYX or NYX?
It's NYX.
NYX.
Yeah,
I feel like I own so many NYX lip products. What else do we got here? We got some cleansing oil for your face, which I know cleansing oils are all the rage in face care
Brush
right
for
now.
Dorinda, in case you
Here we
want
go.
to rub in her blush.
Dorinda's Bronza Blush.
She could use it.
Fan.
But these are just some of the fun, awesome things you're going to get. Candy Johnson is one of those beauty gurus that was involved in curating these. So one more time, guys, if you go to beautycon.com/box, you can sign up and use the code BOXBUZZ to get 20% off.
Amazing. Thank you, Megan.
awesome.
That looks
Wow.
good. That looks really good.
Little fan for me. me because the AC turned off again. Just saying.
Well, it's because you have long, luxurious hair.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would be
menopausal.
way hotter if I had hair like you. Can I please have that?
I'm
Thank you.
menopausal. Oh, it's
That's
honey,
cool.
it's clips.
Menopausal.
I've got like 4 clips in my hair.
pretty?
Jesus gave me long hair, long
You
thin
have all of
hair.
your wigs like lined up.
No, I don't. I don't.
That would be amazing.
I love this question though. Just to clarify, I don't. I only have a lot. I'm talking to the camera so
Okay,
people understand.
great.
Just as like public service announcement.
Yeah.
I only have like 1,000 wigs because it's my occupation. I wouldn't be collecting them. They're not like up on my shelves, named, and I don't like kiss them goodnight. But no, in fact, I was just at the wig store yesterday.
Oh my god.
They know you by name.
What'd you say?
Do they know you by name?
Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like
They're like, great to see you, Amy.
I know. They all know my name.
They know your name.
But anyway, I just she's like, do you need another wig head? I was like, you know what, I do. I need another one. 'Cause I rotate around. I only have like 4 wig heads, and so I put the very important ones that need to be like styled.
Like Ramona, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, no, she's in a bag, but
Ramona in a bag.
and the rest are like in plastic bags in like a Tupperware, like a storage
I know what you mean.
bin.
Yeah,
yeah,
Big Tupperware.
So what 3 wigs stay out?
Oh, good question.
Very good question.
The James Kennedy is out because that had to be
of
really
course.
coiffed and styled, so that can't be smushed down.
Right.
Oh God, what's another one? I think Lisa Vanderpump. I
Of
think was
course.
the one that had to be
My
out.
friend does her hair, by the way.
Ooh.
Just saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty amazing.
we need to talk after the show.
Okay.
We do.
And I don't know. I can't remember there too. But anyway,
Yeah.
we have more important.
Lisa
things to talk
Rinna? Lisa
We
Rinna?
really don't.
Oh, Lisa Rinna. I think that one is the one because she sent me that wig. Did you know that story?
Oh.
She sent me.
She wanted you to do her right, so she sent you
Yeah,
the
she
wig.
did. It was the nicest
my
wig I have. It's like a Jacqueline. I mean, I was gonna say Jacqueline Smith. It's not Jacqueline Smith. It's another. I can't remember the wig brand now. Anyway, it's
Raquel
great.
Welch.
Yes.
How do you know
Girl,
that?
high five.
Mentioned it on something.
You have a good memory.
Wow.
I know, Fern, jeez.
Yeah, what the heck?
We
Okay.
love you. We listen to your show.
Yeah, we are
Oh,
slightly
yeah, you
obsessed. Okay.
Love is strong.
Love is very strong. So then we get into Ray. Speaking of our boyfriend Ray from a few minutes ago, Ramona says, she goes, I don't know why I defended Ray. She doesn't understand why she did it. She goes, I had no idea what happened that night between Ray and LuAnn, and I don't know why I defended him. I just like to defend people sometimes. Do we believe that?
No.
Okay. Okay. Just wanted to get that
No,
off
she
the
just
table.
wanted him to stick around until she heard something super
Right.
embarrassing about LuAnn first.
She knew he was good for TV.
Yeah.
The best part was Sonja being like, and I, to his credit, I saw him recently. He was with a beautiful woman.
God.
And I was like, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
His decorum was on point, or whatever she says. His decorum.
Oh my God.
And her saying like John can't swim in certain circles. It was like
Oh.
Sonja's really full of zingers tonight.
she is.
She was.
Sonja's back.
She's back.
Señorita.
It was funny with the
Sober
slutty
and
girl
back.
later on. I trademarked that. She was right on with everything.
It was
Funny girl.
amazing.
Yes.
It really was.
Funny girl.
So funny.
She was very much the comic relief.
She was the comic relief.
Yeah.
You're
She
right.
She was
really
kind of
is.
like how Phaedra was in the last
Yes.
Atlanta reunion, like the comic relief. No, sorry, Sheree. Sheree was that in the last Atlanta reunion.
Yeah, we always have one of them. Thank God for them. They keep us,
Keep it light.
keep it light, right? We'll try to keep it light. So yeah, the whole Ray thing, and then LuAnn's like, it's funny. You really can't get LuAnn, no matter what you say. She's just not going to give it to you. She's going to act like nothing bothers her. She does her best to do so. Like she's just so above everybody. So it's interesting that in this situation, once again, she's like, oh please, you knew what he was doing, and then she just kind of lets it go. She could fight more, but she doesn't even choose to fight Ramona, and really just.
Well, it doesn't even matter because he's in the past. She's with Tom and.
That was before Lou. Before Ray.
Before Ray. Oh my God, that's great. Before Ray.
Oh my God.
God, that was so crazy. So then Ramona, we have Ramona next, and they're talking about how she's dating a lot, but she had 2 serious guys, and one of them was Tom, but it wasn't that Tom.
Tom from Connecticut.
Tom from Connecticut. Right. And now she's just chilling and just kind of taking it slow, and Bethenny had a good way of kind of explaining what Ramona was like when she first became single to what she's like now, saying like, well, she didn't know if guys would like her, and then she realized guys do like her, and now she's just kind of like hanging out and enjoying it. then I know that Amy and I were both very puzzled by this statement because we both looked at each other like, what? Dorinda's like, yeah, it's like, she looked at the snow bunnies and she's like, I don't want a snow bunny and I don't want an elk, or most I want an elk. What the heck was that?
That was so Dorinda when she was like, yeah, that was odd. I think Dorinda has the most bizarre statements. Like, she has the weirdest metaphors.
Yes.
She's like, she had that earlier where she was like, you follow a cop, the cop follows you around for 5 miles, give you a ticket. And then she's like, you want a snow bunny, an elk? You're like, wait a minute, what is happening?
It was like
she doesn't make sense.
Someone had said something about like hunting versus trapping. So before Ramona was trapping when she was immediately out of her marriage, and then now she's just hunting. So I think Dorinda took
my
it.
God,
Like,
Rob.
but
I
she
would have
took-
never come to that's exactly what it is, I
Which
think.
I think she was thinking about like the animals she sees up in her yard in the Berkshires, and she's like, and she's like, an elk, a snow bunny, whatever, what have you.
You really understand Dorinda.
You speak Dorinda. You speak Dorinda.
For real, way too
Wow, I'm
No one
blown
would have ever
away.
known that, by the way.
Totally confused. Now it all makes sense.
Okay.
So you
It really
understand her.
does. That makes perfect sense.
It makes beautiful
trapping.
sense.
Hunting and trapping.
Hunting and trapping in the Berkshires with the snow bunnies and
Case
the elks.
closed.
All right, well,
Case
let's
closed. We can move. I can sleep tonight.
move on. And I'm crossing that off.
Yeah,
all right.
cross it all.
And Sonia. Oh, so then we have LuAnn and LuAnn mentioned. No, how did they start it out? So then Andy says, oh, so do you still have Bethenny's name spelt wrong, LuAnn, in your phone? And she's like, yeah, I think so. And then they ask her to spell it. She still spells it wrong. And then she says, Bethenny goes, well, you say Radziwill wrong too. And she goes, well, up in Switzerland, that's how they say it. I know all the Radzywills and I speak 3 languages. And
All of them.
And she always calls Sonia Sonia.
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 Sonja.
Sonia.
Sonia. How do you not know her name at this point?
She's like, my name has a J in it.
Sexy J. It's a sexy J.
It's a sexy silent J.
Yeah.
Sonja.
But I mean, I'm so used to hearing LuAnn just have her own little kind of, it's her accent. It's part of who she is as a person. Whether it's the Countess or whether it's LuAnn, I don't mind it.
I was kind of surprised Carol stuck up for her, though. Carol was like, it's true, though. We don't pronounce our, I don't know, Z's or
But
whatever.
it is true. I was thinking that all along, that, in other languages, you do pronounce the W with a V. That's why I was like, oh, that's probably what she's doing. But no one ever explained it.
See?
So Carol had to. She had to come. I'm glad they got, again, cross that off your list. Case closed. Now we know.
I got it closed, yeah. But then I feel like it's going to be reopened later on because Carol goes at it with LuAnn, but right now it's closed, okay? Ramona then talks about how she has a lot of gay men around her, and she needs to now open herself up to straight men.
She had a year full of gays.
A year full of gays. Yes.
But now she needs to be around. Now she needs to learn how to be around heterosexual men.
Yeah, the heterosexuals. How do you guys feel about that?
I can't with her.
Amy, how do you feel about that?
Well, first of all, I love that she called her relationships involvements. I had 2 involvements. I think that's what she said. It's something weird like that. And then again, it's such a pet peeve of mine. I know Andy Cohen's even addressed it about the Housewives referring to gay men as the gays and gays. It just always strikes me as awkward and weird and not right. So I love that she's hanging out with gay men all the time for the whole year. I love that. But it's just that her delivery, she's like, well, I'm out with the gays and I'm in with the heterosexuals. It's kind of like, you could do both. You know what I mean? She's like, well, I know how to hang out with gays now. I don't know how to hang out with real men. It's like, what? Are you sure that's how you want to say that?
Die. Ramona's really here.
Oh, bananas.
Reggae.
Bananas. Oh, the reggae. She still couldn't say it. Reggae.
That was amazing.
I mean, she's having a lot of speech issues this episode.
Yeah, a lot of speech problems. Yes.
No apologies.
Nope, none. Anything that we're missing on Ramona because we have a lot going on with her. All right, Berkshires. Bethenny and LuAnn go at it as they're watching. I think this is the first I've ever, not the first, but one of the first I've seen where they're watching and they're talking you don't really see that, when they have to watch themselves. They're actually going at it with each other. I'm like, oh God, guys, just 1 second, just go, almost done. And Dorinda is saying after this whole time she's had her place saged like multiple times. It explains the whole cake situation, so cross that off. We all know now the answer about the cake.
I
understand
was
that.
still confused about that. Again, it was just like, put the layers in the Like, I love that episode. I'm in the Berkshires, and she was talking about her mom, and she's like, you don't mess. You can mess with my daughter, you can mess with John, but don't mess with Diane Skadabadubada. I was like, why didn't you just say, don't mess with my mom? Like, she called her by her full name, which still, who knows what her I'm sorry to interrupt. Anyway.
This is where I told
Still
Megan,
don't get the cake thing.
This is where I told Megan, though, to write down exactly what Dorinda said because she's going to do it later.
Do it now. Do it now.
All right.
Do it now.
It's
All
too
right.
much pressure.
I know, it is really tough.
do it.
It's like, yeah.
You got it.
Do it now.
I cook, I clean, I try to make it nice. If you can't behave, you're all go home.
Oh, yes. That was amazing.
So hard you did that in front of Amy Phillips. Oh my God.
You should be so proud.
That was beautiful.
I wish I had Dorinda. We should call Dorinda as
I have Dorinda's, guys, I have Dorinda's cell phone number. Should we call her?
No.
I don't think it'll work out.
She might get mad. She hasn't responded to my
She
text.
probably might like it, but
Well, she told me to text her like months ago. So Dorinda, I've been texting you.
are you serious?
No, she told me. I interviewed her. She's like, no, text me. I'm gonna come in AfterBuzz. Okay.
Oh.
So, but that didn't happen. But hey,
You got to make it nice for her.
voicemail. No, we'll send her a video after.
If you called her, she'd be like, back that shit up.
We should
all right.
send her a video.
We should send her one.
That's a good
All right.
idea.
So yeah, 24 hours Berkshires. Bethenny said, because then we have LuAnn saying Bethany's a hypocrite, that she's been dating a married man. They started out dating, and they started out when they were both married, and I never saw Bethenny get so stone-faced. She was nervous. She did not expect this to come at all.
You don't think so?
No, because Bethenny usually is like, you could see it coming forward. It was all coming you could see it was all stuck in her. She was like, and she was still speaking articulately, but I could just see it in her that this was like not expected. And she was gonna kill somebody.
But
this is bad.
You know what frustrated me about this? Because Andy was actually annoyed with Bethenny for the fact that she was slut-shaming LuAnn. Mm-hmm. And she said, if I'm guilty of slut-shaming her, then I'm guilty of it. And she didn't even really care about it because she's like, you write these etiquette books, but then you're a complete whore. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so Andy was actually trying to say you're doing this, and LuAnn jumped on top of it and started accusing her of this. And I was like, let her, like, you're gonna come out looking great because she was slut-shaming you, and now because you're calling her out on this, she's coming back at you with something, and now you're being a liar.
Good point. LuAnn could have just stayed quiet, and all the people that are anti-slut-shamers would have came at her defense, and now they may not. Or maybe they still will. I don't know. Let us know. But what did you guys think about this? Okay, so then the slutty girl comment. Then Bethy's like, oh yeah, I'm such a slut. Like, my next thing's gonna be called slutty girl. And Tony's like, I already trademarked that, which was great. And then it was the point where Bethenny called the daughter. I thought it was interesting because it was like the daughter must have known she was taping.
That was
weird. She's like, I'm not going to say your name. Like, if I was just anywhere and someone called me and said that, I'd be like, why can't you say my name? Where are you? So clearly she knew maybe there was going to be a phone call.
It was rehearsed or something.
Something. But all right, Amy, give us, what did you think of this situation?
I'm just still in awe thinking back. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe she called like the daughter of her boyfriend on live TV. But I mean, as we know, Bethenny, she covers her tracks. I mean, everything that she did to confront LuAnn about Tom cheating was so on point. She had all her ducks in a row, which she had to, because that's like the worst job to tell someone that your, partner is cheating on you. And, they're probably not going to believe you at first. So it's like, she knew what she was doing then, and she knew what she was doing now. It's kind of scary because Bethenny typically, in most cases, I feel like is right, but she's so harsh. Yeah. It's like so harsh to LuAnn because I just felt like etiquette doesn't have anything to do with being a slut. Those are two different things. You can be the most polite, well-behaved, right, person in the world, but that doesn't mean you can't sleep with every guy that you go on a date with. Like, what's wrong with that? Right. I do find that a little bit surprising that Bethenny has that opinion of her. Because, and if you listen to Bethenny's radio show, I know you do, she's very, like, liberal about, like, sex and talking about it. So it's almost like the two don't add up. I don't understand it. And when she called the daughter, I was like, holy shit, this is getting real.
It was crazy.
It was awkward.
LuAnn was just like undermining it the whole time as it's happening. Oh yeah, she's calling her. Oh yeah, like this is. And so I'm just like, I can't believe what we were all just shocked. I think we all were quiet for the first time in a long time. And seeing her at the end get up and she's like, look at this, LuAnn. You were born a liar. You will die a liar.
Whew.
I couldn't believe that.
That was intense.
There's no going back. There's no going back.
No. That was intense.
I mean, do you think she's going to give her the purse back? I don't know.
The Carlos Falchi.
Yes, I don't know.
Right.
I feel like
Oh my God.
this might be one of those times where you just got to give the gift back and say, you know, we're not friends.
That's really, oh God, I don't know, man. That is a tough. And then she's like, "You're evil."
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It was so.
But
it was
Jules
awful,
came
awful.
to Bethenny's defense. Jules of all people. And did you see? Bethenny really felt bad. She was like, "Thanks, Jules." And then that's when LuAnn and Jules start talking and she's like, I'm sorry, LuAnn, I had to. And LuAnn's like, I don't know what they were saying. I forget what was it.
Yeah, I mean, I need to go back and watch
that.
because they definitely subtitled the whole thing so that we knew the side conversation everyone was having with LuAnn. So it's almost like as if that couch made a pact, or at least LuAnn and Jules, like, let's have each other's backs or something.
Yeah, I was thinking that
because she's like,
too.
thanks a lot, Jules,
Right.
and she's like, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was so awkward thinking about it. I'm like itching because I actually think that Bethenny's problem with LuAnn has nothing to do with her being a slut. I think it's because she thinks that she's a hypocrite and a liar.
Yes, yes.
I don't think it has anything to do with the slut thing, but somehow they're getting meshed in together. And it's looking like slut shaming, because it is when she's calling her the biggest horn Mason's window, which was hilarious. Bethenny's very funny.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like all getting meshed together. But Carole and Bethenny, man, when Carole was on my show, Carole was like, the thing with LuAnn is that like her stories don't track. That's what she said. Her stories don't track. But it is true though, because LuAnn, like sometimes you can't get a straight answer out of her. Like even with the monogamous marriage. We didn't know for the longest time that her husband was like, you know, it was an open relationship.
We didn't know that.
She didn't like cop to it. Finally, she did. But then she was saying, but I didn't have an open marriage. But it's like, well, then that's not an open marriage. That's just him cheating on you.
Right.
So it's like, well, which one is it? She just kind of goes back and forth. And I think that's what Bethenny is so angry about. It seems like to me, but what do I know?
Right.
What
No,
do I know?
I think you know more.
Let's get her on the phone.
I think Bethany's biggest strength in her whole life is just truth, and that she can't keep her mouth closed, which she just wants to tell the truth all the time. So I think that LuAnn being the complete opposite of that it sets her off, because Bethenny just wants to be like, no, I'm honest.
Right.
And Carole really came to Bethenny's defense. So if anything, it kind of canceled out anything she did for LuAnn for 2 seconds with the Switzerland thing.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah, 'cause I saw that going somewhere, that friendship, but
Yeah,
no, I don't think it's
not
going anywhere.
anymore,
No. All right, well, let's get in some predictions for next week's reunion.
Predictions.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Next week, it looks like Jules, Dorinda calls out Bethenny and Carole for being like super buddy. I'm excited to see how they both respond to that. And I'm interested to hear how LuAnn reacts to not being a countess anymore. And it seems like she doesn't care. So let's see what these ladies can bring up next week. And
Once a countess, always a countess.
Yes.
That's what she said.
Here.
I'm looking forward to the Jules divorce bombshell. I mean, they're gonna bring that up. I want to know more. I like Auntie. Like sometimes Andy asks really pointed questions, and I want to get some answers.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how everyone else backs Jules up in her defense of like, I did not know I was getting divorced before I came on the show, because Bethenny hasn't stopped saying this the whole time the show was airing, that she knew Jules was getting divorced. And then I'm also really excited to see Carole's defense of herself, because everybody did think, I mean, I know we all thought Carole was kind of a mean girl this year with Bethenny. So just be interesting. I'm sure she'll be so Carole, like,
what? So I don't care that you thought that, whatever.
Exactly.
But I'm just interested to see what she'll say.
Anything you're excited to see for the next 2 reunions?
I want to see the Jules thing pan out, the Jules and Bethenny thing, because Jules is such a wounded bird.
Yeah.
And hopefully she can find some strength. She's been finding it towards the end, so that'll be interesting to see. I'm really excited to see this Sonja, some more wisecracks from that lady.
Yes, she looks great. I couldn't agree more with all of you. Where can we find you all on social media, starting with you, Fern?
This is Fern Ronay. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Fern Ronay.
This is Lyndsey here. You guys can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Lyndsey Wegner. That's LYNDSEYWEGNER. On my blog, lyndsey.wegner.blogspot.com.
And you guys can find me, Megan Stecher, on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. It's all at Megan Stecher, MEGANSTECHER.
This is Ashley Daniels. You can find me at Ashley Daniels on Twitter, and Instagram is Miss Ashley Daniels. For Miss Amy Phillips, you have lots of different things. First of all, you have to check out her Sirius Channel 102 on Radio Andy. I said that right?
Yeah.
Tuesday and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific.
The show is Reality Check.
Reality Check.
Yeah.
Your Twitter is at Amy Phillips _. Facebook is at Amy Phillips Actress. Instagram is at Meet Amy Phillips. And we have YouTube at Meet Amy Phillips. Snapchat is at Amy Phillips. Amy Phillips, my love.
Thank you. I love you guys.
Anything you want to share?
You and you.
I love you.
You guys, you made it nice. Thank you.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.